To see one of my students succeed and do so well on the regional and the national level was just incredibly gratifying. To have it pay off finally in the end, first with the regional championship and then with the two second prize finishes at nationals, I just couldn't be prouder. I'm with Robert Doyle, who recently competed in the national competition at the Kennedy Center. He took second prize in the Barbizon competition, as well as first alternate from the National Partners of American Theater.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great opportunity to see other student designers work from all over the country, and just to see how much talent there is spread out and everything, and see hopefully one day who you'll be working with and everything. It was like an honor every second to be there in that group of 8 people, and just walking around the room and looking at their work. People from master's programs, seniors doing their thesis and bringing those there. Coming from a community college, it was very cool to be in that group of people, and it was an honor to be there. Every second, it was like kind of a dream, like walking around in a haze most of the time. There's a costumer, a scenic designer, a lighting designer, and a sound designer from each region. So there's 8 regions. So all of us were in one room with our different displays, and the room was pretty much packed just with amazing design work from all these people from all over the country. It was just a lot of great work looking around at all of the costumers especially. I didn't really get a chance to actually look around at some of the other designers, but the costumers in particular were really great. And we're so close to Broadway where it's like we have a lot to draw on where we go into the city all the time, and the talent is pretty amazing. But even seeing it all over every other region, it's like I guess they draw on the same power of different stuff. There was 2 or 3 other bachelor's programs there, and a couple of master's students, and in talking to just the different things that they know around the shop, like in terms of not only design but construction, and just talking to some of the master's students where some of them said, I never thought of that, constructing something that way, or just that we all knew kind of different things. It wasn't that one was greater than the other, but it was all stuff, we're all still learning at all times. So we presented the first day. We got in at night, and then the next morning we went in and we presented to 3 respondents from that were professionals in the theater world. And then for the rest of the week we did this master class with Skip Mercier, the designer. And we really didn't know until then. We walked around and talked to everyone about their different work, and finally, the last day that we were there, that afternoon, they had the award ceremony, and they announced who the winners were from each discipline. It's like it's all like a haze. Like once you're there and everything, and you're seeing all of these people, the work that you've seen all week, getting so much respect and being honored to receive these awards and everything. It's like when they called my name, it was just like, I just got up in a dream and walked up and shook the guy's hand and said thank you and sat back down, and then was like, oh, did that just happen? Coming home was great. You walk in and everyone's saying congratulations and everything and wanting to know how it went. So it's like it's one of those things where you have to explain the story of it 15 times. But no, it's great. Coming back here, it's like this is my home. So it's like coming back to your family and having them all party with you. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. In designing the show As You Like It that we did last spring here, I set it in the Regency period, so I wanted a lot of different styles of hats, not thinking in designing it that I have no idea how to make hats. So it was a lot of trial and error. That was the huge challenge with that show, was figuring out how to make these things that can't be made anymore because of the materials or not being available, or the techniques being dangerous. So it was kind of just kind of trial and error, trying to figure out, does this technique work, does this technique work? And eventually we got 5 pretty solid hats out of it and everything. So, but yeah, it was really rewarding because you learn a new skill, you learn a new trade inside costuming. So.
Additionally, I would add that Rob designed a Shakespeare. This was a show with 25 plus characters in it with numerous costumes that we together designed and essentially built from scratch. So he was conquering tasks that MFA students have not even been trained in yet, which include the various tailoring techniques and the construction and so forth that's required.
Suffolk has given me everything, really. I mean, so many opportunities that they give to the students here. And before I came here, I knew like nothing about costumes. Knew nothing about costumes. I had acted a little bit, and in coming here, they just push so many opportunities on you in a good way. And the faculty is incredible. They're so knowledgeable about everything, and just everything I know right now, pretty much, I learned here at Suffolk, because of and like I said before, when you know, coming home from the National Festival, it's like a family. You know, I mean, we pretty much all live together. You know, we go out and eat together, and we, you know, sit and help each other study together and memorize lines together.
Work all night together.
Work all night together. Yeah, yeah. Before we were leaving for the regional festival, we were kind of getting down to the wire, and we had yet to load everything into the cars to be driven the next morning. So Andy and I stayed until 4 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning, loading everything in and making sure everything was set and ready and everything. And finally then collapsed out on the steps and just had to sit there for like 10 minutes until we were